Hey data people, today I want to show you a different way to combine your text strings in Microsoft Excel. In my last video, we talked about the powers of flash fill, specifically when it comes to taking multiple columns and turning them into one. But flash fill is not perfect. So for those of you who'd like a new way to concatenate cells with more control, using the concat function is your answer. Let's take a look. Okay, this would not be a very good video on combining cells if we didn't cover the ever-popular first name, last name scenario. Much like the previous video on flash fill, we want to take the first and last name columns, use the concat function, and generate the full name in column C. If we start typing in the function equals concat, you will see two options available. While we're only covering concat in this tutorial, you won't find any difference in structure or performance between the two except for the ability of concat to merge entire ranges of data into one cell. So go ahead and choose concat and select cell A2 as your first argument. After entering a comma, select cell B2 as your second argument. Close the parentheses and hit enter. Your two cells have been merged, but it doesn't look how we'd normally want it to. It's missing the space between first and last name. To fix this, enter a new second argument in your formula that accounts for a blank character space between quotes. Now make your value in B2 the third chosen text string. With the result appearing correctly, double-click the bottom right-hand corner of the cell to autofill the concat function. You might be thinking you could just have typed in the full name without too much hassle, or even use the ampersand operator like this. And while that does the trick most of the time, you're more likely working with a larger list of data, or concatenating several cells that makes using the ampersand too tedious. That's why Excel has concat to do the heavy lifting for you. Let's take a look at using this function on sections of an address we want to merge. This time we'll use Excel's formula helper to show us another way. Select the cell where you want your return value, and under the Formulas tab, open the text dropdown and choose concat. The helper window allows you to choose your arguments that form the function. So in the text 1 field, choose the appropriate cell. For the text 2 field, we don't want to choose the cell in column B. We actually want to separate our sections of addresses by a comma and space. Go ahead and enter a comma and blank space surrounded by quotations. A text 3 field has now appeared and we'll select the string in cell B2. If we continue with the same pattern until our last field has been entered, you can preview what the result of the function will be within the window. It looks good, so I'll select OK. Now double-click to fill your column. Lastly, we have a list of usernames and email providers that we ultimately want to merge into a full email address. I'll use the formula helper again by choosing concat under the text library. Text 1 is your username. Text 2 is the @ symbol between quotes. Text 3 is your email provider. And text 4 is .com surrounded by quotes. The preview looks good, so I'll hit OK. And now drag the formula to autofill the remaining cells. I hope you enjoyed this week's Microsoft Excel tutorial. Using the concat function in Excel is a popular and simple way to generate the data you need from your existing values. Obviously, there are many more ways to manipulate your data. Here's just a few that are sure to level up your data wrangling skills. See you next time.